Okay, Algebra 1. This is our second video. It's on adding and multiplying. I know a lot of you already know how to add and multiply, but this is going to show you a little bit more, and let's see if you like it. So after this, you can put the check on the video. You could also do that right now. And then you should have done the practice already for the last one. So let's go to adding and multiplying. So in our machine, remember we have our ones place, our tens place, and hundreds, and we could go on and on, but that's all we need for right now. So in our machine, for 273, we'd have 2 in our hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in our tens, and 1, 2, 3 in our ones. For 512, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 in our tens, and 2 in our ones. Well, we could see really clearly that if we were to add them all up, we'd have a grand total of 5 in our ones, 8 in our tens, 7 in our hundreds. Now that was way too easy, right? We didn't have to do any sort of carrying over, as they like to call it. So let's add now again. So we got 1, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. So there's 163. Then we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now in this case, remember when we have 10 dots, we have an explosion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of those exploded, and we added a dot over there. Then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and one explosion over there. So we had 2 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 652 because of all of those explosions, those 2. So we had to move over. So let's compare to how we would do that in our standard algorithm. So in elementary school, we would learn to add them like this. So we had our 273 plus 512. This one was easy. Remember, we didn't have any sort of carrying over. But in this one, we had 163 plus 489. So when we go to add this one, our 3 and our 9 gave us 12, so we kept the 2 and we brought the 1 over. That represented our explosion like we had before. So now we have 6 plus 8 is 14, and that 1 more makes it 15, but we had that 1 more carried over. That was our other explosion. Look familiar? So then we have 5, 6, 652. Both are perfectly acceptable. However, this is a really nice model to show us what's actually happening. So now I'm going to show you how to not carry over in a different way. So we could say 400, 6 tens, and 8 plus 3 is 11 ones. Now I put that 11 in parentheses because we know that that 11 is really, we're moving that 10 over. So it's really, we're just keeping the 1, and now it's 471, right? Because that 11, that 10 from it needs to move over. So we could do the same thing over here. 7, 6 plus 7 is 13, and 7 plus 1 is 8. Well, remember, it's not 13, it's really 130. So we're going to move that 1 over, and so we get 8 through 38. Okay, we could do these very quickly. So 4, 15, and 15. So we know that one of these tens is going to move over. So we got a 5. So we got 4, 16 tens, and 5. But one of those needs to move over as well. So 565. Then we have same thing. Just going to add 5 plus 7 is 12. 9 and 6. Well, this one is pretty easy. 1,296. Then things get pretty crazy pretty quick, but it's still not that bad, right? We just add like we normally do. just adding straight up and down. 5, 6, 9, 9, 9, 6. No explosions. That was easy. And we do the same thing. We got 9, 15, 9, 13, 11, 9, 8, 10, 11, 10, and 5. So we've got a lot of explosions. So we've got a 5, that 11 turns into 12. We keep the 2, and that 12 moves over, so that 10 turns into 11. We keep the 1 moves over, we've got 9, 9. That 1 stays, we move the other 1 over, and that turns into 14. The 1 moves over, that turns into 10. We keep the 0, the 1 moves over, that turns into 16. That 1 moves over, that turns into 10. And then we just need to put in our commas. 10,604,199,125. So really that wasn't that bad. Then let's look at this huge number, and we're going to multiply it by 4. So I'm going to go backwards to make it easy. So we need 2 dots. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Well, what does it mean to multiply something by 4? Well, we need to make it 4 times. So instead of those 2, we need 4 of those. There we go. We multiplied it by 4. You can see those 4 right there. Then with our 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 2 times now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a 4 times. It's a little harder to see, but it's there. Our 1 4 times. That one was easy. And our 3 4 times. And our 4 4 times. And our 2 4 times. Well, do we see this explosions? We got a lot of explosions right here. So this is 8. That one stays. We've got 5, 10. There's one explosion. 5, 10. There's another explosion. Then we've got 4, 8, 10. There's a third explosion. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left over. Right? And what was that? Well, it was 9 times 4, which was 36. So that makes sense why those 3 dots were moved over. So then we've got 4 and 3, which is 7. Here we're going to have, we got 3 times 4 is 12. So 3, 6, 9, 10 with the 2 left over. And those 10 come over and is now another exploding dot. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That brings a dot over, and then what's left over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And finally, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's our big number. We multiplied by 4. It wasn't that bad, so let's look at a few more. So let's do 156 times 3. So we've got 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well, we need to multiply that times 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Well, now we've got some explosions. So we got 6 times 3 is 18. So we need 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us 10. We can bring a dot over from that. And we have 8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Over here, we had 5, 10. There's our explosion. 1 dot moves over. And we had 6 left over. And then we got 4. 4, 6, 8. 4, 6, 8. There we go. In the standard algorithm, we would have said 156 times 3. Well, we would multiply 3 times 6, which was 18, but we would keep the 8 and we'd bring this 1 up, and then we would do 3 times 5, which is 15, plus that 1 more, and give us 16, and then we would bring that 1 dot over. Then we do 3 times 1, which is 3, plus the 1 more would give us 4. So see how that matches? We're good to go. So here's, it's just a quick way of multiplying. It's not that bad. So we're multiplying everything by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 2 is 16. 7 times 2, 14. And 3 times 2 is 6. I multiplied all of them separately. And then we got to make our explosions. So the 6 is going to stay, the 4 is going to stay, and we bring that 1 over and make this 17. Well, the 7's going to stay, and the 1 goes over to make that 5. Easy. Same thing, let's multiply every single thing by 5 and then do our explosion stuff. So let's, 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 5 is 5. 8 times 5 is 40. And 1 times 5 is 5. So we keep this 5. We keep the 0, and now we're going to bring all 4 of those over to give us 9. We got our 5. We've got our 35. Done. There's a quick, easy way to multiply. Multiplication shouldn't be that scary anymore. So let's multiply this one. Looks terrifying, doesn't it? That's a huge number. Well, let's just multiply everything by 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 times 2 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4. 6 times 2 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. 0 times 2 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 9 times 2 is 18. And 2 times 2 is 4. Well, now we got to do our little explosions. Keep the 4, keep the 8, the 1 comes over, and now we have 7. We keep the 0, keep the 2, keep the 0, the 1 comes over, this makes 13. Keep the 3, this 1 comes over, makes 5. Keep the 4, the 1 comes over, and we get 7. Huge number, wasn't that bad to multiply. And last, let's multiply everything by 9. So 7 times 9 is 63. 6 times 9 is 54. And 5 times 9 is 45. We keep the 5. 4 comes over, this now becomes 58. The 8 stays, the 5 comes over, this now becomes 68. 6,885. It was not that bad.